Gentlemen, we got something new to look at. I got a package today from our good friends at ICA, and the reason this package came in is because he sent me two new connectors to look at. Are the connectors technically new? In physical aspects, yeah, totally brand new. Are they new to the RF market? Nope. I don't know if you guys noticed, but about 3 months ago, I got on good old Facebook, and I went into BBI Amps, the group on Facebook, and I did a thing called crowdsourcing, where I went to my fellow RF nerds, us, i.e. us, and I said, do any of y'all happen to know a good place that I could get a 217 UHF adapter? This thing. And everybody went, are you kidding me? And they started chuckling. They're like, well, this isn't really a thing, is it? And I'm like, yeah, it's actually a thing. The world has run out of these old connectors that we had laying around. Everybody's, we'll just go to RF Parts. RF Parts is out. And that's what I was trying to stress to everybody is, well, the world has run out of these connectors. There are very few to be had. Okay, and because I went to the crowdsourcing, I was able to find some in another country and through another web page and blah, 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 blah. Everybody went out there and they applied their power of Google better than I was able to do it. And they helped me source these connectors. I can tell you just in physical weight that this connector, just by picking it up right now, this is my first time looking at it, is heavier than the ones that I got off the inner boob. Literally, the interboob. If this thing doesn't start focusing on my hand, I'm going to get mad. There we go, camera, focus. As you guys know, the 217 UHF connector is a two-piece unit. You have your inner jacket and your outer jacket. Now, the ones that we used to be able to buy from RF Parts were a little bit harder. They were made from a harder metal. I can tell that just by feeling it. Whatever they're making this out of is not quite as hard as what we're used to buying from like RF Parts. The connector itself is beautiful construction. Good retention. It's got ears on the inside of it. The ones I ended up buying off the internet didn't have ears on the inside of it. They've got their own part number on it. Believe it or not, this actually has got printed on the side of it, ICA 217. Let's see if we can get that to focus. There we go. This journaled piece, this collar that's actually not bad made. It's fairly decent quality. It's full threaded. That's cool. Full silver plated. I like that. It means it's easy to solder to. That's Teflon. Wow, okay. If you go to eBay and go buy this connector, you will find that this connector here, where the stem or the center conductor and the dielectric meet, these are made of nylon or a white PVC. So as soon as you try to solder to this white bit gets soft and it melts, which is bad. The older style that we used to be able to get from RF Parts and from a whole bunch of different places, including ICA before they sold out of them, this wasn't Teflon, this was a form of Bakelite that was up in here. Or it was glass fiber reinforced, whatever. That pin's actually thicker. The ones that I ended up getting on my little search, yeah, that wall thickness is way better than what I had going on. The fact that this is not a nylon or a white PVC and that's actually a piece of Teflon makes it titties in my opinion. It's got good pin construction. It's got good thread pitch to it. It's a little bit softer metal than what we're used to having. It's silver plated, which is good, but it's Teflon. I dig it. I dig it. I think this is a good thing. The way the thing threads together and threads apart is relatively smooth. Let me grab out my right and left-handed wrench, and we'll grab out my variable grip tool. Let's put a little torque onto this and see how it holds up. That was my knuckle popping and it's sliding out of the holder. It's a fair bit of pressure on that and it didn't strip. Let's see how it backs out, and let's see the condition of our threads. Threads don't appear to be galled or bent over. You can see by the shadow on the inside of the cup up in there where it started to throw up pressure on the thread pitch. Where the threads go into each other, it starts to apply pressure backwards into the threads. I call that caption. It's not too bad of a connector. I feel fairly confident that I can recommend this without a shadow of a doubt, and I know that whoever ends up buying this in the future isn't going to have any problems with it. So, on that note, I say, Tony, over at ICA, I want to say thank you once again for continuing to try and keep the hobby alive by finding stuff that's been abandoned by mainstream and bringing it back to life. Like the metal clads, most of our transformers, and a whole lot of our parts, believe it or not, ICA has had to go out and well, single-handedly source having them produced, so we still have some way to go about purchasing them and have them made, brought to the market. He's invested his money into making sure that we've got the connectors, we have the fittings, and we have the parts. It's like, don't even get me started about how much money is involved with just switching modules and power supplies he's got wrapped up for all of us builders to be able to use and have, so we can all walk around and act like we're self-indulgent little princesses on the internet and think that we're special. But when we boil it down, it comes down to the guy willing to put in the effort to make it so it's possible for all of us to do what we do. It's a good connector, and I give you the nod. Gentlemen, I appreciate you tuning in. I just wanted to share the word amongst the masses that ICA has got 217 connectors back in stock, and the connectors are actually worth a damn. I appreciate you all tuning in. We'll see you.